fantastic. It's actually really exciting. I've been, around the Yellowfin world for about 4 years now, and it's really cool coming here and getting to see everybody in person and see the crowd and see how excited people are, about Yellowfin and the features that you're putting out there in the market. It's a pretty neat experience. Absolutely. So, data virtualization, I think the best description and kind of reason that I can give for it is that data is growing at a rapid rate. Not only the volumes of data, but the breadth of data and new sources is rapidly increasing with the Internet of Things. I think the latest number was 22 billion devices are going to be online on that by 2020. And so with that means new technology being invented to store that data and stream that data. And so you've got all this disruption going on at that bottom layer. And then on the other side of that, the other equation, you have all these business applications that people are wanting to build, whether that be standard kind of ad hoc business intelligence, like deploying Yellowfin raw and natively, or maybe it's a specific applications. I mean, people are looking for kind of an early alert system on their transactional data, looking to solve specific business problems. And traditionally, you would have different lakes and repositories focused on those specific needs. And then if you had a change down at that bottom layer, you would have to go fix all the ETL work in there, and it was months of effort to be put in there. And so by putting a clean layer of data virtualization in between the two, you provide a single access point for all those business applications to be built on top of, and a clean layer to bring in all of the data live from your organization and provide business governance and business rules and transformations so that everybody's looking at the same data. Absolutely. So one big use case, which I'll talk about in my talk, is a company we work with called Impact Telecom. And they came to us. They are a telecommunications company that does call switching, or call routing, basically. So phone calls flow through into this big switch, and then they're sent out to different routes. And for them, their business, the fastest and best routes and best quality routes mean the most money for them. And so they had a system in place that would allow them to help optimize their routes as best they could. But they did about 90 million calls a day. And so each call that went through created what's called a call detail record, or a CDR. And so they were having to use kind of older standard type of databases so that they could actually report on it. And so they were getting about a 24-hour delay. And so they weren't able to really react in any kind of real time or business time or even near time to kind of changes that were happening within their system. And so whenever we got involved with them, we looked to use some newer technologies, and we deployed Hadoop as a big data repository to stream those call detail records live into that Hadoop repository, and then use data virtualization on top of that to do a couple of things. To one, provide access live to that unstructured data in Hadoop, which you could do standard reporting and dashboard and analytics on, as well as deploy some machine learning and predictive analytics at that virtual layer, to where we could put in place a intelligent early warning system. And so as transactional data is streaming through into Hadoop and going through the virtual layer, we're actually using machine learning at that level and creating these virtual lines and thresholds that move up and down depending on how the data is flowing through, to give you an intelligent way to set thresholds on when things are out of bounds and when things are not in bounds. So that way you're alerted early on. And so once they had that in place, they actually were able to make about 10,000 configuration changes to their switch. And now they have a system in place that'll alert them when things are going off track before they even know they are. I will say the new chart builder is fantastic. I think that was just a massive change. It was a needed addition, being able to see what you're building show up live and be able to preview that. Just makes that whole process so much easier for our customers and our consultants to build reports and dashboards. That would actually probably be my favorite feature is the new chart builder.